Alright, I got the Pioneer AVH-W4500NEX. I'm looking forward to this. It will do wireless Android Auto and wireless CarPlay. So let's check out what's in the box. So there's the back of the box. I'll make a video trying all most of this stuff out. So let's just see what's inside of here. So right at the top, we have just a harness for RCA out preamp. I guess this goes to your amplifier if you have an aftermarket stereo. This is the GPS module. You can see this little green connector. I bought a little adapter off of Amazon. I'll show a little bit that hopefully will let me reuse the Jeep's existing GPS instead of being able to run this extra antenna. Here is the microphone to replace, you can't use the factory microphone, so you have to use this one, right? This is a USB male to female cord. I won't be using this. I have a dual USB port that I installed in my cigarette lighter in my Jeep Wrangler, which is why I'll be selling this, which I made a video on. Here's the harness that plugs into the back of the head unit, and then you wire the stuff into the Maestro or iDatalink Maestro screws, and a zip wire, a zip tie, remote control, stickers. That's nice to tell you which one goes where. It's a little warranty. Instruction manual. More paperwork. And then here's the radio itself. There's a little pouch. That's to hold the case that is detachable. And then the actual stereo. Pretty well packaged. Some decent styrofoam underneath stuff. Not like that air bubble that was on the Alpine ILX WS650. That was pretty neat. So it's a pretty simple setup here. So this is where your GPS goes. This is where your two USB ports go. Yeah, this one goes here. I'm not positive what's going here. Here we go. This will tell me. So here, obviously, is the regular wiring harness. Oh, one of these is the iDatalink Maestro, but 9 says AV cable in out. Oh, that's this one. I got you. So that will be this guy. We'll plug in here. All right, let's just go in order, I guess. One, the microphone will go here. GPS here, microphone here. The iDatalink goes in this little guy. 4 says the RGB cable. It's like an HDMI cord, so I don't know why they're calling it that. 5 is this little yellow guy, which is for Sirius XM. If you buy the extra adapter, I'm not going to do that. I'll just use the Sirius app on my phone. This is where the antenna adapter goes in. It does not come with one. You have to buy one separately. 9 is the AV cable, which is this thing, which we already covered. 10 is the power supply, which would be this guy here. 11 is your fuse. And then 12 is the wired remote input. You can buy a hardwire remote and plug it in there. I'm not going to do that. That seems silly. You notice there's 2 a WR and then an R audio out, and then there's this. I don't understand the difference between the two of those. Oh, so this is the wired remote, and then the audio out, I guess, is here. I don't know what that little tiny hole is. Well, the tiny hole might be. It's hard to tell from this diagram, right? Unless both these holes are for the remote, and this is just for the antenna. It should be a standard 3.5 millimeter. Let's just see. Yeah. So this is 3.5 millimeter. I don't know what that is. Let's see. Alright, now they have a smaller hole. I wonder if that's some proprietary stuff, or that's just a standard. That's just not 3.5 millimeter. Either way, that's the way it is. So there's the head unit itself. You know, standard double DIN. There's the screen. It's not super huge. We have some buttons here. Volume. It's a little, looks like an app switcher button, a home button. It says mute. It says mute there. And that says display. And that looks like a microphone. So I guess you hit that button to call up, you know, Google Music or whatever. And then there's an eject button, which I would assume takes the screen off. So I purchased this myself off of Amazon, and I got a lot. It was a lot cheaper than it was on Crutchfield. It was like 400 something versus 600 bucks on Crutchfield. I bought it right before. So today is January 13th. So this is right after CES 2020. So the price, I bought it right before CES 2020. So the prices may have been lower because of that. I would expect they'll continue to drop since the newer models are coming out. So I had to buy a bunch of accessories as well. So I'm still looking at around 600 bucks, maybe more. Actually, definitely more, I think. So this is a Metra 95611. This will be to install it. I'm installing it in a 2016 Jeep Wrangler. So this will allow me to install it in the Jeep. We'll show that in the install video. This is the vehicle adapter cable for the antenna. So this side goes into the head unit, and this part attaches to my existing Jeep. So this part will be different on the vehicles. This is why they don't include one with you, because this part will plug into the radio. It should be fairly universal, whereas this part will be different depending on your vehicle. And then of course, this one is iDatalink Maestro compatible, so you gotta buy this guy for this little piece, and then it comes with this. You have to buy this separately. This is for a Chrysler, which is Chrysler owns Jeep, of course. So this will give me a harness specific for the Jeep. I bought this separately. My Jeep already had GPS with the original head unit. So it obviously has a GPS antenna mounted internally. So this way I should be able to use this, plug this into the head unit, and this into my GPS antenna for the Jeep. And all you ought to use the Jeep's factory mounted GPS over just using, you know, a random one stuck in there somewhere. I also bought this little MicroBypass. In theory, this is supposed to make it so you don't need to use the parking brake for various things, right? We'll see if that works. It was super cheap, so I don't know if it'll work or not, but we'll try it out. I'll make a separate video about setting up these two for the head unit itself, but I will just show them. I also bought this on Amazon. It was $100. I've actually never seen one of these before. So there's a lot of shit to plug in here. Lots of various wires. I'm going to have to research this because I don't really know. I've never set one of these up before. I'll make a separate video on how to wire all this up. Now the part that should be relevant So this will be for any vehicle. I think any vehicle that this supports, their website tells you what it does support. You have to go online and program it for your vehicle. Now this is specific for the Jeep. I had to look it up and order this. This was like $100. I think this was like $28 or something like that. I'll have links to all the ones I ordered because I bought all this shit off Amazon. So I'll have links to all that below. With, of course, our affiliate links, it helps my channel out. It doesn't cost you any more money. So yeah, this is the good part, right? So all this shit will plug into that black box. These wires will splice into this part from the Pioneer. This will plug into my existing Jeep wiring. And this will plug into my OBD2 port. So that way the head unit can tell me, you know, it can read dials and shit like that. So it can tell me some vehicle diagnostics or whatever. I don't want to untangle this because it's going to be a big mess. Alright. So really that's all the stuff here. So I would say I got all this for about $600. I will install it myself. My Jeep does not have the Alpine. There is a set you can just set it on here, I think, if you have the Alpine or don't have the Alpine, or maybe it's a different harness. I forget. Jeep Wrangler, some of them come with an Alpine factory amplifier. Mine does not. I have an aftermarket amplifier. Alright, so since it'll get too confusing and too specific for Jeep, this is really what's mainly just showing this head unit unboxing, seeing what comes in the box with it, and all the stuff you'll need. Obviously mine's for Jeep, but you'll need to buy similar products if your vehicle's not a Jeep, right? You know, this Metra is specific for the Jeep or Chrysler Dodge Jeep, right? And so you'll need to find one that's for your vehicle if you don't have that. And same with all the other attachments, right? So I'll make a separate video on how to wire this up and program it specifically for a Jeep. Again, you can follow along. It will be a pretty similar process for non-Jeeps, but obviously I have a Jeep, so that's what I'm going to wire it up for. And then I'll make another video installing this, physically installing this into the Wrangler itself, and then you know, testing it out. And then I'll make separate videos of the functionality. So I'm going to do a lot of videos on this, very detailed series. When I searched on Google, on YouTube, there's not a lot of content on this particular head unit. I don't know why. It seems like, so when I go on Reddit, people seem to be positive for the 4400, so the 4500 is just the next iteration. Should be better. I've previously had two Sonys, the AX100 and the AX5000. The AX100 worked fine, but that was before they updated Android Auto, and I wasn't a huge fan of it. The AX5000 didn't work worth a shit. Fuck that radio. And then I went to the ILX WS650, which was okay. It just made me want to have wireless, so this is why I have this one now. Alright. So, thanks for checking me out. This is once again, this is the Pioneer AVH-W4500NEX. Alright, thanks.